You've been tricked. I lied. There's no Fallout videos. You're gonna watch me stream World of Warcraft. You imagine? Can you imagine? I thought about streaming WoW. Around the time that the new anniversary servers come out, because I gotta play it anyways. For a future TBC video. Yeah, I went through my email finally, and dredged up all of the sources people have sent me. I get a lot of emails asking me, when's the H-Bomber Guy stream? Have you heard of this video by H-Bomber Guy? Did you know that H-Bomber Guy made a video about Fallout 3 and New Vegas? No, this is a Fallout 3 good, Fallout New Vegas bad stream. We're switching it up here. You quit after you hit 60 on the anniversary realms, trying to finally quit that 18-year addiction. Well, they have TBC coming out next year, which I thought was the reason that people were actually playing the anniversary realms. Like, are people unironically playing anniversary realms like for the classic experience? Just go play the normal classic realms. Oh, but I gotta know what it feels like to progress through BWL. No, you don't. It sucked. At least the patch cycle's accelerated, but man, it should just be like one raid a month because they're already solved, right? So if it's literally just the old raids, like, we already know that people have hyper-optimized going through the raid progression, so it might as well not take that long. Hell, 2 weeks per patch would probably be more appropriate. No, I didn't die. I wasn't asleep either. Some people thought that I just slept in, but no, I was busy. Where's Private Sessions? Private Sessions went upstate to the farm and then canceled out, but he says he's too tired. He sent a video into the email that turned out to be a shit plot summary. Sorry. That's the weird thing I don't get. Is why would you summarize Fallout 3 and New Vegas? There's like 4 things that happen in the plot. Thoughts on the Marvel Snap ban in the US? There were other things banned. Someone asked me about the pirate software situation, and I'm just, I'm chuckling. Okay, I've been at fatwa with this guy long enough now that people are coming to me whenever he fucks up to get my take on the things that happened. So, on the one hand, just as a basic summary, and this is only part of it, I might not know the whole thing. He took some friends of his to Dire Mall North. They're playing WoW Anniversary. This music's up there. Why didn't chat say anything? So he took some hardcore folks into Dire Mall North. I don't know if he took them or he just tagged along, but he they all died. He backpulled, which is where if you're moving backwards but you're looking forwards, if you back up too close to an enemy, you'll pull them onto you. It's a pretty common mistake. You can kind of work around it, but I don't know what he was thinking with like, oh yeah, we're going to retreat up into an area with more mobs in it. So they call bail, which is what you do in hardcore. And being a mage, he was one of the best classes to bail as. So he did, and now people are blaming him. And the thing is, it's not really his fault. He could have done better, but it's not his fault. The reason that the controversy took off so much is that he refused to take any measure of accountability. Like, he played the situation wrong, because it's not his fault. He doesn't have to apologize, but he did have a dumb smirk on his face, like he was kind of happy it was happening and it would be good content for him. But that's not really all that bad. It's just more so the way he handled it poorly. And then, oh no, he talked to, can I say his name on stream? Is it verboten? He talked to Asmongold. Now, as we all know, Asmongold had a gamer moment last year where, you know what? I'm not because there's no right way to summarize what happened with Asmongold, but in my opinion, it was bad, but it wasn't. You are now verboten forever bad. So it's funny that doing what you're supposed to do when they say bail is what he got in trouble for, and for speaking to the wrong person. Ross is right, though. I think that more people need to be drawing connections between how much of a shithead he is when it comes to this World of Warcraft thing, and how much of a shithead he was when it came to the Stop Killing Games thing. Because, so he got a few people killed in Dire Maul North. And it's not even his fault. But, well, he pulled it. But they weren't playing classes that could bail as easily. Like, this shit happens. It's Dire Maul North. The dungeon fucking sucks. But with Stop Killing Games, you know, he was sandbagging a consumer movement that is generally in most gamers' best interests. But of course, he doesn't represent the gamers. He represents the industry. It's made it very clear time and again that he represents the industry. And I think he has too big of a platform in that consideration if he's going to be against us, the gamers. Dire Maul North, you mean DMT buffs? It's the ogre one. That's Dire Maul North. Dire Maul West is the one with the ghosts. Dire Maul East is the one with the demons. Dire Maul North is the one with all the ogres. And they probably were doing DMT buffs, but the whole thing with Pirate Software is that this situation made people go back through his history, and turns out he constantly does this stuff while trying to appear as a squeaky clean guy. Hey, I've been saying it for a while. The guy's a shithead. It's just that he's one of those faux nice people. So this just happens over and over. There are people on the internet who gravitate to content creators who they think are nice guys. And I'm going to tell you right now, there is literally only one content creator on YouTube or Twitch that I've ever seen that I thought was a genuinely nice person. The rest of them are just doing a bit, and they do that bit until they get caught. What is this? This is me as a anime girl. Hang on. Let me put it on my serious face. I gotta put on my serious face. We've got someone in chat who insists. There. Is this more appropriately serious for you? Most based Fallout New Vegas character. I'm gonna say Kaisar just for saying that being an anthropologist is a waste of time in the post-apocalypse, because I agree. Joshua Graham. People only say that Joshua Graham is based because he's le-based Christian, and then you point out that he's a Mormon, but he doesn't really talk like a Mormon. He kind of just talks like a generic Christian. Someone's asking me to forward the Fallout sources to them. I don't think you realize how nightmarish that is. Maybe I'll put something together where I can post it and share it, because it's in a markdown file, which is going to be like, I don't know, a megabyte at most. So in theory, I could just send the markdown file, post it once it's all sorted. But I literally just, because the thing is that people just link me stuff, so I have a dump of like 50 links. A lot of stuff that I didn't have, so I'm grateful for that, but it's not sorted. I don't know when a lot of this stuff happened. I don't know who a lot of this stuff involves, so I gotta go through the process of cataloging it first for my own files. Have you watched through Tim Kane's videos on Fallout? No, because I'm not doing Fallout. I'm doing Fallout 3. I have a list of Tim Kane videos that I've been told to watch as they pertain to Fallout more as a franchise than Fallout 1 as a game, because you have to distinguish. There's Fallout and there's Fallout. And I don't just mean like the no mutants allowed Civil War type. I mean literally there is Fallout the game and Fallout the franchise. Fallout sounds like a band. Fallout is a terrible... It's a terrible franchise, I'm going to be honest with you. It's just the worst name for a franchise. Wasteland would have been a lot better, but Electronic Arts were shitters and stole the copyright in like 1993. So they had to make a spiritual successor to Wasteland, which was Fallout. For the audio compression thing, do you think anyone at Obsidian noticed it? Well, yeah, because the whole point was that the audio in New Vegas is compressed still to a degree that it would be difficult for most lay people to notice the compression, but allows the file size is like 2/3 the file size of equivalent lengths of audio in Fallout 3. Because I had to dig through it a bit. I found a 7-second Benny clip and a 7-second James clip. I picked them both because I figured if there's going to be anything where it's not, where it's going to be like they're comparable apples to apples, it's going to be the Matthew Perry recording versus the Liam Neeson recording. And I'm forgetting the exact numbers, but it was like 33% less file size for the Benny line compared to the James line. Could have been worse. Fallout, a GURPS post-nuclear adventure. Oh, they would have dropped the like, they're not going to put a GURPS post-nuclear adventure in all the titles. I still feel like God, this is always hard with the ambience. I gotta get just right, just a hair above muted. We need a convention for this. We need a standard. Did you see the Kingdom Come 2 Deliverance controversy? Is it an actual controversy, or is it that it's a sequel to Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, which is, again, one of those, you know, verboten things. Creators said there wouldn't be black people in Central Europe in the 1400s, and, you know, I'm inclined to agree. Avalon is to Fallout what Kirkbride is to Elder Scrolls. I feel like... I was going to say that Sawyer is that case. I don't think there is a Kirkbride to Fallout. Or if there is... But I mean, like, the thing is that Avalon has contributed a lot more in terms of, like, direct writing. Like, when you talk about the writing of certain things in Fallout New Vegas, you're talking about Chris Avalon's direct contributions. Whereas Kirkbride wrote... he was a concept artist, and he would write, you know, the 36 sermons. Which, as nice as the 36 sermons are, you can completely experience Morrowind without ever having read a single one of those books. Whereas you can't comprehensively play Fallout New Vegas and not encounter something that wasn't created by Chris Avalon. He hates car haters. Cringe. So, the TikTok ban. We were talking about this last week. You know what tickles me? It's not the ban itself. It has nothing to do with the ban. What tickles me is the people who were told a year ago that TikTok was going to be banned unless this happened, were told a month ago that the conditions for TikTok to not be banned still hadn't occurred, so it was going to be banned at this point. And then as of a week ago, we're told once again, hey, it's going to be banned, and none of these motherfuckers moved platforms. So it just like, it caught them off guard. I know it's unbanned. That doesn't matter. What matters to me is that all of these people were told for well over a year, it's gotta be, that this was going to happen. Maybe you should diversify your content portfolio, back up your videos on other websites. Could be a good idea, you know, if I was told that in 1 year YouTube is going to go offline forever, do you know what I would do? I'd back up my shit and go to a different website. They were banking on Trump. You're telling me that a bunch of TikTok people thought, yo, Trump will get elected and then he'll unban it. Wasn't he the one that fucking started the thing to get it banned? Not only was the ban lifted, they posted a message to apparently like 170 million Americans that Donald Trump was responsible for unbanning it. So, you know, there's going to be several people who vote based on TikTok, even though Trump's not up for re-election, but I'm just saying. Trump made a meme shitcoin, but everybody's made a meme shitcoin. Everybody's made a meme shitcoin, so why can't I? We live in a period of great financial fraud and government institutions that are completely incapable of investigating this stuff. Is the Discord dead or am I stupid? I'm probably the stupid one, because I swear I put up to date links. And there's people who joined as of 15 minutes ago, so I have to assume that a valid link has to exist somewhere. I will put a new link in the description. Nope. The link it gave me is the one that's already in the description, so you don't even have to refresh. That said, if you join now, there's not very much server. There's like one channel you can post in. Because I can't be bothered to moderate it. Speaking of, though, there is a thread in the living room. Which it was called that because I opened it in Christmas, and I still haven't taken my Discord Christmas decorations down a month later. But anyways, there's a thread in there called like Better Watch Together software of there's two people who have developed prototype software that we can use for basically I will record a thing and then you will be able to kind of play it back and it'll be synced with the stream. So you can give watch time to the person whose video we are reacting to. So if anybody's interested in that concept, do check it out. I think they need testers. They need people to kind of see how it works. I think that right now, like, playback speed isn't all that great. So like we won't be able to 2 times with the current software, but it's literally like a proof of concept right now. And control volume too. Well, I think you'll be able to control your own volume, is the deal. Or you could just mute the tab. But yeah, if we can get that, and I think both are licensed to be free and open software, so that's good. Because it means that we won't necessarily have to run the project forever. It can be taken off our hands if we're successful. Will this be a watch together stream? This will be some kind of a stream. We're going to be watching the videos people sent me. Mostly, it's like a lot of interviews. Like this first one's from E3 2006. We're getting some context, because if you didn't see last stream, it opened with like Todd Howard shadowboxing internet comments, and we didn't know what the context of the internet comments were. So hopefully we can figure out what people are like reacting to. Like it was something about like drinking toilet water. Have you seen the drama pirate software has gotten into? Well, I have a theory about internet drama. And my theory about internet drama is that there were people who started grinding an axe when the Stop Killing Games thing happened, and they've still been grinding that axe, and now they're taking the opportunity to exploit that weakness. Is anyone else dropping frames on this stream? I am dropping frames. And it's just one of those things. We haven't had a stream that just worked in a while. I don't know why YouTube is becoming actively worse as a streaming platform. Turn off ray tracing on the head. Yeah. If we turn off ray tracing on the head, we can stop dropping frames. No, I mean just tell me if it becomes literally unwatchable, we'll call the stream. Hang on, I am watching the stream. It's reloading. How do we quantify chunky? What does chunky mean? Because, I mean, if you're talking about the model jitter... Alrighty. After people did the big, like, wave of Fs in the chat, I restarted the stream. But, yeah. Oh. I wish YouTube could just work. Just work with me. Alright, how long have we been going? Oh, that's not good. Well, we started at 25 minutes. Why am I getting an AI chat summary? Because YouTube would rather funnel resources into fucking burning down the Amazon rainforest so that YouTube can summarize what the chat's been saying, because apparently people just can't read the goddamn chat. And instead of making working fucking infrastructure that consistently works. Don't worry, what we're going to be watching is from 2006 to 2008. So, dropping frames, hey, I don't think it's going to be the biggest issue. Although if we don't pull, all right, chat. Oh, hang on. YouTube backend is telling me that the yeah, it's just weird. It's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. You finished New Vegas in preparation for this stream. We're doing Fallout 3 interviews today. I don't know why are you watching New Vegas? But anyways, alright. I need to set this up. So, like... Okay. There's a good chance that we're going to watch a lot of duds today. So, before I make dedicated articles for them, I'm just going to do it in here. And if anything substantial comes up, which this one should have something substantial. I feel like... Chat, you're not just being quiet, are you? Chat, where are you? Alright. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I don't instinctively realize, because sometimes I just think that, like, hey, yeah, my chat, it probably did just stop. They're probably just being quiet and paying attention. I don't know why the thought never crosses my mind that the chat has screwed up. Alright, give me your sound bites. Mute, stream. Alright, now chat's moving. Let me get you back. Viewers are discussing various unrelated topics during the live stream, including Elden Ring, New Vegas, AI chat summaries, and traffic issues. I need a... What's the worst time that you could stream? When is it noon in, like, Guam? Or, like, you know, those... No, I'm just... Oh. Midnight? Oh, that's... Yeah, midnight. What time zone? I need to know the worst time possible on the planet that you could host a live stream. Just stream on Monday? No, I mean, that's the weird thing is we do Monday and we get fine views. The AI chat summary, if we talk about it enough, the AI chat summary will summarize itself and gets caught in a recursion loop. All right. What's those South Pacific islands? I mean, the ones that are, like, in the middle of the ocean. Now, Guam... maybe, like, Hawaii time. Samoa, Kiribati. I was watching a guy sail from Hawaii to Marshall Islands, I think. I think he went to the Marshall Islands. I don't know. He ended up in Fiji at some point. He was sailing for a while. I won't say that. But it's, like, that time zone. You know, when nobody's awake. It's too early for Asia. It's too late for America. Europe is dead. Noon in Hawaii. Okay. I'm glad. Here's why. Here's why. I want to do these drama streams, but I don't want anybody showing up. If I pick the worst possible time, then people will only be able to catch the VOD. It is 8 a.m. Monday for me, so he technically does stream on Monday. Worst thing would be your early morning. US already asleep, Europe going to bed. My early morning is like afternoon in Europe. Do them on Pleb TV? We could do them on Pleb TV, yeah. Might as well do a patron-only stream. Not that crazy. Not that radical. It's just like I can't have 1,500 people showing up to watch me talk about H-Bomber Guy. That's not going to be productive. Did you see... Do you know how many people showed up to the Salt Factory stream? It was insane. And Salt Factory is nothing compared to H-Bomber Guy. It'd be crazy. It'd be a riot. People would die. What was the whole pirate software thing about? Look it up. Alright. You went on kick. We gotta fight somewhere that's empty. So I've been showing this a few times. It is... This is gonna be a real, blast from the past here, because this is not a picture. This is not a picture. This is a video that we are watching. Called Space Ghost Interviews Todd Howard at E3 2006. So, let me just... Oh, it's bolded. Hardcore WoW drama in the year 2025. It's crazy, isn't it? Do the H-Bomber Guy stream, but with a Medicare voice changer. So, I've never said, I was going to do voice changers for Todd Howard, Emma Pagliarulo, and Pete Hines in the Starfield video, and I just didn't get it working in time. And, someone pointed out, like, yeah, he does this weird Emil impression, but it doesn't sound like Emil. And it's like, yeah, I'm speaking with his intonation because the software is supposed to handle the impression part. But I just didn't get it working. And then I didn't get it working, and I was like, you know what? Do I actually care enough to get this working? This is like 3 days before the video came out, by the way. I'm more interested in the Mini a True Nerd stream. I respect his opinions on Fallout more. Do you respect his opinions on Fallout or unrelated additional H-Bomber Guy context? What's your opinion on Fallout 3? Do you think it's a game that, while mediocre, at best saved the franchise, or it was a sign of doom to come? Well, you see, what a lot of people miss when they have this conversation is that how we quantify the concept of saving the franchise is going to vary from person to person. Like, if you ask someone dumb, like TKS Mantis, was Fallout saved by Fallout 3? He'll say yes. And the reason that he'll say yes is because Fallout sold a lot of copies after Fallout 3. So that means that the franchise has to be saved, right? And then there will people who will say, no, it didn't save the franchise because, and they cite, like, the artistic integrity of it, for example. And then that's not really easy to quantify, but the point is that how people interpret the concept of a saved franchise is completely different. I don't trust marketers. You know, the reason I don't trust marketers is because they believe in that concept of like sales equals quality. Like Starfield, it's sold at least 3 million copies. It's had 15 million players, but it's sold at least 3 million of those copies. The rest were on Game Pass. And that sounds really bad, but a lot of people have played Starfield, and that means that Starfield is good, because a lot of people have played it. And of course, this is a very silly thing. There's a logical fallacy that's named after this, like appeal to popularity. And do I agree? Like, yes, Fallout 3 saved the franchise in the sense that there would literally have never been another Fallout game. Almost assuredly. It would have gone down as like just another one of those like 90s era RPG franchises that just didn't go anywhere. 8 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time is, I'm told, the worst time zone, because 8 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time is 1 a.m. in New York, 10 p.m. in Seattle, 6 a.m. in London. Okay, 8 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time on like a Wednesday. That'll be the H Bomber guy stream. No New Vegas without 3. That's the thing, right? That's the thing. Is it Troika could have bought it? No, no. Are you kidding? Troika could have bought it and done what? Made a bad game with it? No, I don't buy that at all. Why are we so interested in that H Bomber guy? Because he's got like 12 million views on a video, and everybody who's showing up to these streams is waiting for the day that we have drama with H Bomber guy, when invariably I don't like part of his video for whatever reason. Why don't you want a live audience for the drama stream? It's more like I want a smaller audience for the drama stream. If we can filter people out through time zones, I think that that's a good process. Because I can't control how many people show up without doing something stupid like Patreon only stream, you know, unlisted, Discord only thing. And it's like, no, I want it to be public. I just want it to be at an ungodly hour. What, are you scared or something, my dude? More like, I've done this before. I've done this before many times, and the sweet spot of live stream viewerships, where you have an active chat, but it's not too active, is like 400 people. So we gotta shed, you know, like 2/3 of the normal stream audience to have a productive live stream chat. Because otherwise it just turns into a mess. I'm not scared of H Bomber guy. That's not the thing. It's gonna be 6 a.m. London time, and I think he's from the UK, so I'm pretty sure, like, if he knew the stream was coming, that he would be able to watch the stream. That ain't the issue. And he's gonna know the stream happened. There'll be a VOD afterwards, okay? The people usually aren't the problem with the live stream. It's the fans. The fans are the problem with the live streams. Alrighty. Let's bite the bullet and go in. E3 2006.
Hello, young Americans.
So I've never heard this character speak, and this is certainly not the voice I expected them to have. I'm gonna switch mice, even though I think my current batteries and my current mice are on the way out. Fallout 4 is better than the Outer Worlds. Yeah, true.
No, wait a minute. Take 2. Hello, losers. Oh, Daddy loves to play. Hello, Citizen Toddy.
Hello, Mr.
Hello.
Ghost.
It's a pleasure to have you here. So Todd, I guess the question on
You see, VTubing has been a thing for a long time.
everybody's mind, Bethesda Softworks? Soft? Huh? That's not one of those pumps that you guys make, is it? So that men can be men again?
Our company slogan is, the more you play with us, the bigger we get.
Hey!
Okay. Todd came up with a better response to than the joke that was made. What did he say?
Our company slogan is, the more you play with us, the bigger we get.
Hey!
It's a good answer. I mean, it's technically true. Even from like a business sense, it's true. Miniature Nerd pretty directly criticized H-Bomber's takes. I don't think that sparked off some massive flame war. Yeah, but he didn't do it live on a stream. Like, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. What I am saying is that the live stream chat, which I enjoy reading and interacting with, will be total fucking cancer if there are 1,200 people there when we're doing drama. In my opinion, 400 people, that's where it's at. That's the perfect like live stream viewer chat size. Yes, I'm very afraid. Wait, where's the... Why does YouTube keep changing this? Unless it's just invisible because it's red. It used to be you could heart these. If I like it, does that change anything? No? Am I signed in? Oh, I'm not signed in on my account. Well, that would explain it. Disaster averted. You guys would have found out what my alt account was. Maybe that's why it bugged out. It like realizes that it's signed in on the wrong account. Alright. Show chat. No. Where's the pop-out thing? Viewers are expressing excitement for a collaboration between Space Ghost and Todd Howard and are discussing the history of Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Yeah, I don't... Seems pretty right to me. God, YouTube, make a fucking functional interface. Jesus. We're about to not have chat for a stream. There it goes. The thing to... and I'm sorry, chat. I hate to do this to you. Oh, make sure it's got the right thing. Oh, hey, hang on. Hang on. Oh, it didn't work. It's on light mode now, but you guys don't have to see that. Oh, wait, no. No. That's the old one. Show the new one. Yes. Show it. Flashbang! Oh, it's so bright. Light mode is so cursed. Alright, now if I just do this, is it gonna... Oh no. We have light mode chat until I reset it. Oh no, there it goes. Yeah, Mr. B-Tongue is like a close second on most requests. I don't even think that one's gonna be a drama one. Alright. Do I think Asmongold is in a similar vein of YouTubers as H-Bomber Guy? A lot of his videos seem to be politically charged. No. Because H-Bomber Guy kind of associates with that breadtuber crowd. They're in that, like, sphere of, let's make videos about, like, dumb video game or anime topics or movies, and then... You know, we'll pipeline them. We gotta counter the alt-right pipeline on YouTube. So we're gonna make our own left-wing pipeline. Whereas I think Asmongold, what happened with Asmongold was that he was a World of Warcraft streamer, and then World of Warcraft started to suck, so we started doing reaction streams, and then things just got like progressively more political to the point that like now he's this big like icon in the like anti-woke sphere. And so he ended up at the same point, but I don't think he had the same intentions.
Hey, you can't say that here. Well, Todd, tell us a little bit about all the excitement over there at that wacky Bethesda Softworks. We understand you're a great big juicy chess club brain, as they say on The Simpsons, and you do the Elder Scrolls, right?
Yes, I make power fantasies for adolescent males.
Yeah, now.
This is what I saw. I like clicked ahead to see if there was anything substantial. So chat, I'm just gonna let you know, that he's not serious. He doesn't actually mean that. I know that some of you may struggle with, like, intonation and, like, understanding when a joke is being told, but Todd doesn't actually, like, mean that, 100% seriously. He is doing a bit. Which is like, they agreed, pretend to be very dissatisfied that you are doing this interview. Oh, fuck. I messed up. I did it in the wrong order. You ever wish your homies a good night and you accidentally send them the heart first? Or is that just me? The alt-right pipeline theory, dare I say conspiracy theory, the alt-right pipeline conspiracy theory predates the DC sucks because it's woke thing meta by like, I don't know, 6 years. Like, that's an old theory. It's like prehistory, basically, at this point.
I understand most of the kids, I'm glad you brought that up. Most of the kids who play these games are basically trapped in basements. They're unwashed youngsters who smell like cup of soup, who never leave the house, look like they've got perpetual pink eye.
I fortunately don't get to see many of them, so I'll have to go with what you tell me.
So what's happening with you, Todd?
We just shipped Oblivion, our latest Elder Scrolls game.
I could be the spokesman for Oblivion, Todd, because I'm oblivious. Todd's not having a damn bit of fun. Look at the close-up. He could be less amused with Space Ghost today. No, you're very sweet.
Ghost.
Tell us all about that Oblivion now.
It's got swords and elves and killing.
Monkeys? You got monkeys in it?
Pardon?
You got monkeys in it? Killer.
This stream is about as stable as Fallout New Vegas. What's weird is that Fallout New Vegas is unstable at the start of playthroughs. But it's like, if you just power through like the first 2 hours, then it's fine. It's really strange.
Killer monkeys with laser beams?
There are no laser beams, but there's a big green troll that looks like a big monkey.
I want to share with you 5 words that will change the way you do business. Killer monkeys with laser beams. Killer monkeys with laser beams. Come on, Tom.
I don't think Adult Swim was bringing their A game in the 2000s. It is older, but anti-woke DC stuff is what I mostly see from those channels now. Now, all the like people who talk about woke stuff on the internet got their start in like 2018 at the earliest, whereas alt-right pipeline theory, that's like 2016, 2017. So like it's literally not even possible. But most of that stuff's like COVID era YouTube channels.
Todd, what do you think?
That sounds very good.
It's potential gold, son. Can't you see the truth? Okay,
No.
he's stunned. Prepare the stunned silence ray. Hold on, Todd. Most people aren't... you'll actually find some sexual release with this.
I feel like they came up with this really novel way to do like a 2000s VTubing interview. Nobody is laughing in the video because they're selling that it's like intentionally shit. And I am getting a kick off of it because E3 would become like a very, very like self-serious setup. So I'm like imagining this happening in like 2014. Like Xbox has just broken the record for how many times television has been said at a gaming conference. And like then this guy shows up and does his bit.
How'd that feel? Huh?
Excellent. That was excellent.
See,
Mr.
you'll never
Ghost.
need Avodart again. You won't have the frequent trips to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Was this the 2000s era equivalent of like fucking Rick and Morty streaming Fallout 76?
So Todd, plans for the future. Flying monkeys with laser beams. Flying monkeys with laser beams.
We're currently making Fallout 3.
Flying monkeys with laser beams?
And it's going to have flying mutant monkeys with
Gold!
laser beams.
Gold! Even better, mutant monkeys! Todd, I hope we were some help to you. I think everyone should run right out and purchase all of your products today.
Agreed.
And you'll give me a 2% royalty off the gross. First dollar gross. Can you say first dollar gross?
I think it's first money's out.
First dollar gross to Space Ghost, 2%.
All right. Well, I got 2 decent bits from that. Thankfully, it's only like 3 minutes. Unlike the Rick and Morty stream, which was like fucking 3 hours long. God damn, it was so long and it was so bad. You have no idea, chat. Chat, you have no idea. But yeah, okay. That's that down. No, I found it funny. I found it funny, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it is very dry humor. He should have joked, yeah, he wasn't telling American jokes. He should have joked about how, pussy, vagina. I rated a 2 out of 5. All right. Let's see. What's next? Josh Scheuer, New Vegas, YouTube. Oh, this is like a bunch of, this is like a bunch of live streams that Josh Scheuer did. No. We're not doing New Vegas. Fallout 3 interview by Game Reactor. It's 55 seconds long? Why is it 55 seconds long? Oh no, it's 7 minutes and 49 seconds. What the hell was 55 seconds long? Was it trying to slip an ad in on me? Ghoul Girl YouTube VTuber would be awesome. I've been told that the Fallout 3 facial models are a bit of a mixed bag in terms of working with the VTubing software. The sudden disconnect got us to ideal chat size. Coincidence? I could use, but I couldn't because I could, basically, you can use advertisements to get people to leave a stream. So if the stream got too big, we could just spam advertisements over and over until we get back down to like 400. Oh. Are you gonna do me like this? Oh, most of that was... Fuck, most of that's on fire. The funny thing about the Pacific Palisades fire is that a lot of people don't know where Pacific Palisades is in relation to Los Angeles, or that what has burned down in Pacific Palisades and Eaton is still, like, not even a really measurable fraction of the overall city. Chat, ban the... Mods, ban the excess viewers. I don't really get how people even died to the Palisades fire. Well, it's a neighborhood that has, like, 2 entrances, and there were people that lived there that were, like, you know, disabled and couldn't get out on their own. People die in fires all the time. Alrighty. I don't... Oh, the copyright stuff hasn't ended. So Game Reactor's slipping in their own copyright bit, and now Bethesda's trying to fuck me. Yeah. This is indeed the teaser that they showed for Fallout 3 in like 2007. Oh, there he is. Chat, there he is. The fucking king. Is that song not public domain at this point? I don't think he realized how long ago the public domain barrier is. And even if the song's in the public domain, the performance is not in the public domain. That's the other thing. So you can get copyright clipped for stuff that was composed 400 years ago. All right. Don't say it. Chat. Chat. God damn it, chat. Emil Pagliarulo is doing very well today in terms of his physical fitness. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I would not step into the ring with modern Emil Pagliarulo because I am a coward and he is moderately muscular. Today.
Doing Fallout 3. We love the Fallout games. And, you know, we're...
Lie. He's trying to do a Todd Howard. All right. So we've opened up fast. Fast. Fallout 3 interview by Game Reactor. Oh, 39. We love the Fallout games. Remember last stream when we came up with a metric for determining if the people had actually played Fallout or not?
We were in a position to acquire the license, and we had the chance to make a sequel, and we jumped on.
What's the B-roll? Game Reactor. Hang on. We got to talk about this. What's the B-roll?
We were in a position to acquire the license, and we had the chance.
Game Reactor. What are we doing here? Editor. Game Reactor editor in 2007. What are we doing? Why are we getting 2 almost identical angles of coverage on the same guy? And why are we switching between the 2 angles of coverage? The 2 identical angles of coverage. Editor, what's going on here? What was there something in the drinking water in fucking Vancouver in 2007?
Chance to make a sequel, and we jumped on. You know, for me personally, I like that it's not your standard post-apocalyptic thing. You know, it's this dystopian view of a 1950s sci-fi world. You know, it's very much you know, land of like Tomorrow World type of thing. You know, like very over-optimistic 1950s sci-fi, and then you take that and destroy it. A post-apocalyptic setting is depressing. And
All right. You're hitting me with a lot here. I had to let him finish. Is it the same editor from the Making of Fallout 3 video? That depends. Is it going to include the same thing multiple times? The context I was given when I was linked these interviews was that this was a time period when going to E3 and like journalists recording interviews was still a very new and novel concept. And so developers were just taking interviews because game journalists were asking for them. And it's very different today.
for me personally, I like that it's not your standard post-apocalyptic thing. It's this dystopian view of a 1950s sci-fi world. It's very much
He's throwing words in there and it's catching me like a flashbang. Because like I guess the meme of calling it retrofuturism over and over wasn't a thing yet, so it's like I guess sci-fi would be the most applicable equivalent. What's going on with you? Now I'm just looking at my task manager. I think I need to restart my computer.
Land of like Tomorrow World type of thing. Like
What is Tomorrow World? Someone in the chat was talking about it. You know what movie I saw today? The movie I saw today, it's a music festival? No, he's got to be referencing something else. The movie I saw today was, and this is why the stream was delayed, I was watching Casino. World of Tomorrow, 2015 sci-fi comedy. I feel like that's not it. Alright, chat, what is he referencing? Disneyland Park? Oh, well, he's got kids, so he's not a Disney adult. But, I mean, he is drawing the comparison to, like, theme parking. It is a theme park, right? I'm getting mixed responses. World of Tomorrow was an attraction at Disney and part of Epcot. That's a... Okay, that's a poll. I definitely wouldn't have understood that. If you're using Firefox with AdBlock, just close the Firefox tab using the most RAM. YouTube has a thing where it will wreck YouTube videos on Firefox with ad blockers active intentionally. Oh, that's why my YouTube's shit. Hey, fuckers, I watch YouTube on 2 accounts. One of those accounts has premium. The other account has 184,000 fucking subscribers. Could you maybe cut me a break here?
like very over-optimistic 1950s sci-fi, and then you take...
He's talking about vibes, okay? The vibes of, like, optimistic from the perspective of the 1950s. I understand. Listen, I get what he's saying.
Take that and destroy it. A post-apocalyptic setting is depressing, and
Not necessarily. I think it's optimistic. It's depressing if you have 4 kids and like a corporate job in Washington D.C. Yeah, I guess post-apocalypse would be pretty depressing in those cultural contexts. Did Emil play Fallout before they knew they were making a Fallout game? That is like, that's the question. And not just Emil, like everybody at Bethesda. How many of them actually played Fallout? And by the way, I will accept the answer that nobody at Bethesda played Fallout, if that is the case. I will accept that answer. I'm not one of the no mutants allowed people who is, you know, gonna be pissed off that, what do you mean? What do you mean that there are people who hadn't played Fallout as of 2004? Like, yeah, I can accept that that is a pretty reasonable thing to have happened. I just want to know who's gaslighting us as to them being Fallout fans, and who came to work one day and was told, this is what we're working on, and chose whether or not they were going to play Fallout from there.
But Fallout lent itself to a kind of dark humor that is necessary because it's so depressing that you'd cry. So, you know.
All right. All right. Fallout lends itself to dark humor because otherwise it would be so depressing that you would cry. I mean, you can just play Fallout 3 and kind of get the feeling that, like, a lot of the awkward, I wouldn't even really call it humor, but just, like, the weird fucking tonal whiplash that you experience when playing Fallout 3 is because the people making the game don't want it to be too depressing. He looks like Vault Boy. He does kind of look like Vault Boy. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, chat, hear me out. This man has not lost a hair follicle in like 20 years. How do you make it to this point in life and be balding and then have your balding stop? And I assume the answer is that he's made so much fucking money that he can buy hair plugs or something like that, because he doesn't wear a wig. Pizza Genetics. I'm just saying, he got his life together and he decided to hold the line on his hairline for 20 years. That's crazy.
Fallout lets you laugh at it too, you know, in its own dark way.
I like the blurb at the bottom. It's just like slightly off topic and distracting. If you spent money on hair, you'd go for a fully Turkish hair transplant. I hear that willfully balding is now a sign of poverty, which I think is interesting, because I don't know, I view it naturalistically. It's just something that happens. I'm bald. Everybody knows I'm bald. But goddamn, his hair's held the line.
So, you know, Fallout lets you laugh at it too, you know, in its own dark way.
Look, I get it. The No Mutants allowed people really hated the marketing for Fallout 3 because a lot of it was this stuff. A lot of it was like, Fallout's not a very serious franchise. And it's like, what? It is a very serious franchise. Yeah, it definitely... the disagreements about Fallout's tone is, in my opinion, the root of all of the conflict.
What's your favorite moment from the old Fallout games?
There's
Get him.
not one moment, it's the interaction with the NPCs and...
Get him. Got him. Got his ass. Someone has said I sound bald, and the other person says I don't sound bald.
From the old Fallout games.
There's not one moment, it's the interaction with the NPCs and the shades of gray you have.
Listen, It is still my opinion that if you cannot definitively give an answer as to what your favorite moment in something is, then that's a good sign that you haven't really played it. Yeah, chat freezes if it's not like the main thing on the monitor. So when I'm taking notes, I can freeze it. What's up with this creepy black and white footage? It is bizarre. Someone was trying to do something. I think the changes he made to lose weight probably also helped with his hair. Well, isn't it that if you have like a lot of testosterone, you bald faster? Or I've heard both things. I've heard that testosterone makes you bald faster, and testosterone stops you from balding. I think the answer is that nobody knows.
And, you know, making complex moral choices, I think, is the most fun thing for me in the original Fallout.
You didn't play it. It's okay. Just answer. It's frustrating because I think that, well, it's not frustrating, it's good. But I think that the Bethesda marketing of like 5 years later would have pre-written a list of like Fallout moments that if the developers hadn't played the original games, they could answer in interviews. And most of them wouldn't do interviews. Like, there would not have been an Emil Pagliarulo. Maybe there is. Maybe there is a pre-Fallout 4 marketing Emil Pagliarulo interview. But all the same, they would have given them better answers that would have been lies. But yeah. It's like when people are asked... Oh, I had a thought about this after the last stream. Which is that I don't give a shit if people didn't play Fallout unless they're specifically on the design team. I feel like if there's one team that they need to just lock them in a room and force them to play Fallout for a week at the studio, it should be the design team. Everybody else can get away with not playing the original games. Maybe the concept artists need to play it. Would he have played it at this point? Well, it's not a guarantee. There's a decent chance that Emil Pagliarulo made the decision to not play Fallout just because he didn't want to put the time into it. Maybe he didn't want to make Fallout 3. Or put his own spin on it, make his own mark on it. But like, writers, you poor little chatter, you don't know that the writers and the designers are the same people at Bethesda.
And in what way would you say that you've carried that over to the new game?
Well, we've got the karma system, you know, like the original Fallout. But it's not just a matter of being good or evil. It's having those shades of gray in between, too. And
All right. I can use this. You know what quest I was writing about recently? The White Glove Society, but I made the comparison between the White Glove Society quest and Fallout New Vegas, which I'm going to be honest, not great. Where's Private? He's apparently able to chat in chat, but he's not able to chat on stream. But anyways, the White Glove Society quest. I don't think it's a very good. I think it's probably one of the weaker New Vegas main quests. But I compared it to the Arafu quest with the Moresti and the fucking vampires in Fallout 3. And it's one of the quests of all time, I'll say that. Testosterone does make you bald, as taking testosterone blockers will stop you from going bald. Damn. So I'm not high... Wait, no, I am high test. Which is it? Shades of Grey when your options are either literally Jesus versus kicking puppies and burning an orphanage. I'm trying to think of like what is in his mind as the example of the shade of gray. I want to say Tenpenny Tower, but it's like the worst answer. Because you got to do the most evil thing. Being rude to Moira to get more caps. Yeah, I guess Moira's quest is probably the best example of there being a shade of gray to it compared to just a black-white answer. The Oasis quests, I feel like, has just black-white. I'm doing the evil run, so I'm about to go to Oasis.
A sort of moral ambiguity. You want the player to make some hard choices.
I feel like blowing up Megaton, that's not a hard choice. It's not a very difficult choice. I feel like the majority, like, I would struggle to write a character who would themselves struggle with the morality of blowing up Megaton. Every character that you could write for Fallout 3, I feel like 80% of them are not going to blow up Megaton, and the other 20% are, like, just insane and will blow it up just because.
And I think we're taking pains to make sure that we have that stuff in Fallout 3. There's you know, the demo shows the example, you know, do you blow up Megaton or do you let it stand? But I do admit that's a very black and white example. That's your karma takes a note.
Yeah, but I feel like there's nothing in the game that is deeper than that. Hey, listen, it was in that cut 30%. All the moral ambiguity is in that cut 30%.
Dive. There are a lot of other examples where, you know, you meet a little kid in the wasteland. That in itself presents itself with a lot of opportunities. What do you do with this kid?
Well, you can't kill him. The perceived moral decision of, like, the most complicated moral decision to that quest is where you send him after, and it's you be evil and enslave him. You send him to little lamplight where it's weird, or you find him like a foster parent. God, what's that fucking, what's the name of that town with the fire ants? Fallout 3 Fire Ant Town. Grey Ditch. I don't think you can eat the, Indigo's hitting me with evidence that Pete Hines played Fallout 2. It's just a shame that Pete Hines was in their marketing department and not their design team. Why is the marketing guy like the one person we can find evidence of actually playing Fallout? There were a few of the blog posts where the people gave good examples that indicated that they had probably played Fallout. Bro, imagine living in the Capital Wasteland at all. If I turned 19 years old and I was in the fucking Capital Wasteland in 2277, I am leaving. Because everywhere comparatively seems better. What's worse, like, I'm sorry, who's got it going on worse than the Capital Wasteland? It's like fucking Pittsburgh and that's it.
You know, do you find them a family? Or do you leave them to die?
Wow, the complicated morality of the Grey Ditch quest. I mean, we're cutting out the really shitty quest that you have to do in between when you meet this kid and when you actually make this decision. But sure. Arizona's not even that bad. Under Kaisar's Legion, literally just don't be a raider and don't be on Kim's, and you're fine in Kaisar's Legion. And don't be a tribal. Like, those are the main 3 rules. If you're like a wandering, moderately civilized person, like if the Lone Wanderer went to Arizona after the events of Fallout 3, they would literally be left alone. They would probably honestly fit in. The Legion would love the Mesmetron. We don't get a conclusive answer on what goes on, what women who aren't legionaries and aren't tribals, because I've been looking into the woman thing, and a lot of the perspectives of what they think is going on east of the Colorado is coming from people who are being propagandized to west of the Colorado. And it's in that tragic thing, and you know, I have to fault New Vegas for literally not having it in the fucking game and not making a DLC about it. They should have made a DLC set in like Kingman, Arizona. But anyways, does Kaiser collect taxes? Yeah, probably. It probably is. It would be tribute, but yeah, probably. But yeah, there's supposed to be towns in Arizona that are fine. But you literally have to be civilized. You can't just be a tribal. And that's the big thing, is that most people east of the Colorado were tribals because, well, it's fucking Arizona. You can't live there. It's really hard to have civilization in a place like Arizona without some kind of advanced supply line.
Do you take them in as your own? So a lot of options and a lot of moral choices. And you were born in Vault 101.
All right, I guess we're just sliding on from this. The extent of morality in Fallout 3 is, I guess, the fucking Grey Ditch quest, what you do with the kid. He said it in the interview, so they couldn't cut it. I could bet that Grey Ditch would have been in the 30% if it didn't get cut. That quest is dog shit. The only reason people do the Grey Ditch quest is because you get a perk from it that gives you a special point. You get weird remarks as a female legionary. So I've been playing a female legionary, and the only fucking guy that comments on it is Otho at the arena when he says that he can't let you fight. Now, I am definitely not going to say that this is a Stormcloak situation where the only racist people are the homeless guys at the entrance to town when you first arrive. Oh no, trust me, the Legion's not good. It's just that I think that a lot of we get very scattered perception because everybody we talk to basically lives west of the Colorado River. And so they only know what they hear. And you get as far as Good Springs, and Good Springs is like 20 miles away from the river or something like that. And it's like they don't even know what's going on with the Legion. You plan on having segments where you would rewrite the quests. I don't like offering my revisions. People call me egotistical, but then I just like, if I was egotistical, I would be just constantly rewriting everything and inserting my own vision. No, I'm aware that that's my limit of ego, is constantly self-inserting my own ideas for how it needs to be revised. Don't get me wrong, I've done it before, but usually for the big stuff. Usually for like the really big issues.
Which is a giant underground fallout shelter, basically. As you
Giant. I wouldn't say it's giant.
progress to the early part of the game, you're with your father, and then, one day when you turn 19, he's gone. You're woken up in the middle of the night, and you're told that, listen, your father has left the vault. The man in charge of the vault is none too happy about this, and he thinks you had something to do with it, so he comes after you. So you've got to get out of the vault to save yourself, and you're looking for your father. You're wondering why he left. Why did he abandon you? So that's the story hook we use. You're searching for your father. But as you do this, you come to places like Megaton, and you come into contact with the denizens of the capital wasteland, as we like to call it, and you learn their stories. 200 years.
I don't think the story hook was worth it. Chat.
after the
Yeah, but you get to point out. Don't you get to point out to Ulysses when he says the weapon between your legs? You get to ask him if that's the reason he left. By the way, this is tilted, just FYI. You can see the angle that it's tilted at because of it's skewed on the monitor. But yeah, no, the framing is very strange. If taken literally, so he's over here in like the right third, and then the two left thirds is just like part of the Fallout 3 poster, the promotional poster they have, and the left 2/3. This is the flash that's shining off it. So literally, all you need to do to fix this is just move this over. Just move the camera over a foot to the right. Just there you go. You fixed your fucking stupid framing issue with this shot. I'd like to know, what is so funny about the Death Knight's mission to go gather the darkness in Arago's soul? You said you didn't have time to get into it. Will it be explained at a later date? I don't know if I would explain it directly, because I will probably forget. But the idea is that I will do a TBC video when TBC comes out. And I'll do a Wrath video when Wrath comes out. And then I'll do, like, a video kind of hitting the highlights of every expansion afterwards. But that was that particular quest is a mission board quest from Legion, which is like a mobile game basically, but in WoW. So you just set this thing and it's got like a timer on it, like 15-hour timer, that, you know, that shit. 15 real time hours, not in-game hours, but real time hours. And then, you know, they complete the mission even when you're logged off. And then what's funny about it to me is that it's referencing Shadowlands. Like, the Death Knights apparently just get to go to the Shadowlands. That's just a thing. Which is funny in context of the Shadowlands expansion. It's just dumb. But it was because Metzen or whoever was, you know, writing a story hook for a future Shadowlands expansion. And then the narrative team afterwards had a different idea just because it was different people, basically.
The nuclear apocalypse, things haven't gotten better, they've gotten worse. And they're struggling to survive. And
I like that. I'm sorry, hang on.
Apocalypse.
Cameraman 2 is back here. He is holding the camera above this guy's head, like trying to frame it. And by the way, he's doing a better job of framing it than than camera 1. But it's just funny to imagine there's a guy like trying to get this B-roll.
Things haven't gotten better, they've gotten worse. And they're struggling to survive. And can you help them? And if you can, do you choose to? Basically, you're playing the game.
I mean, there's no reason not to, because the resource scarcity situation in the Capital Wasteland isn't such where it's like, you are without enough resources to survive for like 15 minutes, maybe 30. If you could choose any setting for a Fallout game, what would it be? Havana, Cuba. I don't know. I would not make a Fallout game. Even if I got to choose by proxy. If I choose, that's putting me in the credits.
Game in real time, but at any time during combat, you can pause the game. It's not a slow-mo mode, it's actually a true pause. And the guy, whoever you're targeting, is frozen on screen, and you can make your tactical decisions. You can, do I shoot his arm? Do I shoot his weapon and hope that I disarm him? Do I shoot his leg and cripple his leg so he can't come after me? Todd and I started off
you know, the meme of the Death Claw limping. I feel like that's a situation where the VATS strategic, like, where do I shoot them calculus almost worked, because the Death Claws are so dangerous that you have to shoot their legs to slow them to a crawl, because they're just gonna destroy you if you don't. But that's like the only situation where an enemy is so dangerous that you have to choose somewhere to shoot other than just the head. Just the head. Just shoot him in the head every time.
Playing through some first and third person games and looking at them and thinking, if we had VATS in this game, how would it change the gameplay experience?
I think it would make it worse. Can you imagine VATS in like GTA San Andreas? Would that make it better? No. Yeah, it's true. We are dropping frames. I'm just rolling with it. I can't fix it in any way that won't split the VOD up in two. So I just have to hope the VOD is good. Chat seems to understand what I'm saying, and I think that's the important bit, but yeah. YouTube is just like dropping 20% of the frames, or my ISP, or my router. I don't know what it is. But if I try to fix it now, the VOD will get cut in half, and that would be more annoying to me.
And the more we use it, the more we like it. Our game.
Reload if you're having issues, because people have said reloading helps. All those TikTokers uploading their shit to YouTube killing the servers could be. Or the inauguration, I don't know. This is very, very fucked. The stream is being DDoSed. It's not impossible. It's also, like, entirely possible that YouTube itself is sabotaging it because of their stupid ad blocker software is just fucking me up. Because we have the ambience track playing, which is on YouTube, and we're watching a video, which is on YouTube, and I have the stream. The stream is there too, and guess what? That's also on YouTube. So maybe it is YouTube's fault in the sense that them trying to cripple ad blockers is literally making it impossible for me to stream. We won't let H-Bomber Guy fans get away with this. That would be funny.
Games have always had a strong action component. It's easy to misrepresent the game because it's first person. It's easy to mistakenly call it an FPS, and it's not.
It's an FPS. What the fuck? It's first person and it's a shooter. What are you talking about? Chat, is Fallout New Vegas an FPS? Oh, it's got third person. Sometimes I use third person with melee. But like, what's the problem? Nobody's playing Fallout as a third person shooter. Get the fuck out of here. Mods, twist that guy's nuts off. It's not an FPS, but we will keep mentioning Halo and COD. It is a very, it is a very interesting duality. The Emil Pagliarulo who keeps referencing Call of Duty, and the Emil Pagliarulo that wants people to think Fallout 3 is not an FPS. I feel like there was a marketing shift at some point. Mods, make him play unmodded New Vegas.
You know, every time you fire a weapon, your effectiveness with that weapon is determined by your skills. You want the game to be about...
I mean, that is true, yes. Some guy used a New Vegas shotgun build for a third-person shooter experience. I feel like shotguns are the only thing that you could get away with trying to do that on, and just because like you're shoving the barrel into them.
The character you play in the game, not about the person sitting on the couch with the controller or sitting at the PC. So combat is dictated by, you know, really by your character's ability.
Yeah, but what if I'm so bad at the game that I can't even aim? Oh wait, that's what VATS is for, right? Okay, I get what they're implying. It's just very strange. I wonder if there was ever a build where all combat was VATS only. So like it's first person when you're walking around and interacting with things and talking with people, but when combat starts, it is like pure VATS. Or even possibly turn-based. I have to wonder if that was ever a build and they just decided not to go with it. That is something worth bringing up, how many fucking shotgun perks are in New Vegas, because New Vegas recognized that was a deficiency in Fallout 3, where Fallout 3 heavily pushes you to use the shotgun, but there's no real way to make shotguns better besides leveling small guns. There's oh, I'm gonna take the sniper perk. Why? You're just gonna get in like really close to them and point blank them anyways. Exploration stops to VATS a rad roach. Well, you know, that's probably why they didn't go for that. But yeah, I think New Vegas just wanted to make more build variety just by offering more perks, and that's good. That's a good thing. Gives you a lot more to do in New Vegas.
We're certainly listening to fan feedback and playing our own game and seeing, you know, where we could have improved it. And, you know, Fallout's a different game.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, dude?
Controller or sitting at the PC. So combat is dictated by, you know, really by your character's abilities. We're certainly listening to fan feedback and playing our own game and seeing, you know, where we could have improved it. And, you know, Fallout.
That wasn't a sentence. That was a sentence fragment. As long as that was a sentence fragment, because there was no like subject of that sentence. So it was like he didn't say anything. Amazing cinematography. Cameraman, shoot him in the balls with your camera. He was answering a question we didn't hear. Yeah, no, the editing has let him down in that situation. It's not always Emil. So sometimes the shit rags that the shit rags that we won't name or shame. We're not naming or shaming anybody as being particularly responsible for this, but you know, sometimes they really just drop the ball and let down the game developer, and it's not Emil's fault that they like basically cut the context out. I think that gamers would hate a first-person game with any kind of like actual turn-based system.
It's a different game. It's a different experience. There are two things that people really.
But why did they think this was okay? That to just like cut out the question that gives us the context of what the fuck he's responding to? I don't know what is he answering? Now I have to reverse engineer what the question was.
And you know, Fallout's a different game. It's a different experience. There are two things that people really want.
Are cooldowns considered turns? No. You can have cooldowns in turn-based combat, or you could also have spell slots. That said, I think cooldowns in turn-based games work a lot better than like a spell slot system. When the fuck do I rest in Baldur's Gate 3? It feels Baldur's Gate 3 feels really uncomfortable compared to Divinity Original Sin 2.
One, you sometimes want to be weak. It's a different experience. There are two things that people really want. One, you sometimes want to be weak and go to an area and see that it's overpowered and have to leave and know that you can come back some other time when you're more powerful. And the other part of that is when...
So like the one place in Fallout 3 with all the death claws. I mean, he's literally only describing one place in Fallout 3.
When you do come back and you're more powerful, you want to be able to kick some ass. You know, you want to be able to be that powerful guy. So we understand that.
Cameraman, what are we doing? This is not me. This is not me, okay? Let me zoom this out here. Like, this is what... I'm not fucking around with the framing here. They are literally just have zoomed in on his eye. And then the editor took... Here's the thing, is that Cameraman 1 has static coverage of him. The editor is choosing to cut to Cameraman 2.
Some ass, you know, you want to be able to be that powerful guy. So we understand that, you know, and we're definitely cognizant of that. And we just got the rad scorpions in the game, you know, during the course of development. We always knew we were going to have them.
But why, though? Why are there scorpions in TC? What the fuck do I even say about that? Describing a situation that doesn't occur because Fallout 3 isn't ever difficult.
But I actually just saw them right before E3, and I was like, oh, that's what a rad scorpion should look like when you're face to face with one. So that's really cool. It might be my personal favorite right now.
So, are there any new enemies?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there are, you know, a whole bunch of robots. You know, some old, some new, returning favorites. You know, the Sentry Bot, Mr. Handy, RoboBrains.
Editor. I know this might be confusing, but it does say on screen that this is a super mutant, not a robot. I don't know, maybe they didn't have any like clips of robots in the combat, because what I have seen so far is like them just shooting ghouls and super mutants and raiders.
You know, you've got your Brahmin, the Deathclaw actually is another Fallout favorite, because for us it was really important to get the Deathclaw right. You know, we didn't want to do the infamous furry Deathclaw. We wanted to return to the true Deathclaw.
The infamous what?
Do the infamous furry Deathclaw. We want
the what? The infamous furry Deathclaw. I mean, okay. 1 second. Did someone say furry? Emma, we called them scalies. I didn't even have this model loaded, so I can tell that I haven't used it in a long time. So I guess chat didn't know about the Khajiit girl. All right.
wanted to return to the true Deathclaw, so we're still working on him, but he's looking good.
Furry? I feel like I'm gonna regret. I have typed in Google furry Deathclaw. I am going to regret hitting the enter key, but I don't know the context of this. So I have to hit the enter key, even though I know that nothing good is going to come of searching for furry Deathclaw. I can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot. I can't search for that. All right. Harry Deathclaw. Oh, from Fallout Tactics. Oh, okay. Yeah, those things do look cursed. It would be very funny if the only Fallout game that Emil played was Tactics.
So do you have any favorite weapons that you can tell us about?
I like some of our custom-made weapons. There's a set of weapons. They sort of like encompass all of the different weapon types we have. And playing a game like Fallout, you know you have a lot of stuff in your inventory. A lot of the stuff you find is junk. In Fallout 3, you can take that junk and if you find the schematic to a certain weapon, you can take some of the junk. In Fallout 3, you can take that junk and if you find the schematic to a certain weapon, you can take some of the
Editor, what's the flash to white? What's the white flash?
In Fallout 3, you can take that junk and if you find the schematic to a certain weapon.
Because, like, he doesn't... As far as I can tell, it's a continuous clip, but they've randomly included this random flash. Restart your PC? I'll probably just end the stream early.
Weapon, you can take some of that junk and actually combine it into a custom-made sort of scavenged weapon. So we have one that's called the shish kebab. It's a sort of the flaming sword, using imagine like a motorcycle gasoline tank and stuff like that. So that I like those. That's cool. We were really surprised by how many weapons we have. We're like, wow, we do have the classic Fallout weapon skill. So small guns, big guns, energy weapons, all those are covered. Yes, we're fully supporting melee combat and fully supporting unarmed combat too.
Obviously, there's a very dedicated Fallout community, and
Why does the stream keep crashing? Because YouTube keeps dropping my frames. I don't know what to tell you. No, chat, listen. Listen. If I restart my computer, the stream is over. I'm not restarting the stream. There's not a restart the stream. It'll just be over. And I'm fine with that. We can call it after this video. But I'm not coming back.
they react to your announcement in a certain way. What are your feelings towards the community and what they have to say?
Everyone who works at Bethesda, like, Pete and Todd and I, we're Fallout fans,
The main three. The guy in charge, his friend, and his friend by a second degree.
We love Fallout. I think there's a type of Fallout fan who's not afraid of evolution and not afraid.
Why not restart the stream? Because it will break the VOD in half. Like, it won't... You don't get to continue the stream. The stream will just be over, and then we'll be starting a new stream. And I'm not doing that.
Afraid of making a game in first person, the way we do things. So I
react to your announcement in a certain way. What are your feelings towards the community and what they have to say?
Everyone who works at Bethesda, like, Pete and Todd and I, we're Fallout fans, We love Fallout. I think there's a type of Fallout fan who's not afraid of evolution and not afraid of making a game in first person, the way we do things. So I really appreciate their passion, and I hope they try our game. And I think if they do, I think they'll find that it's a lot closer to the soul of the original Fallout than they might think. With the multiple ending thing, it's definitely not a case where you come to the end of the game.
Yeah, I have had to split it up before. It fucking sucked. It sucked then, and will suck now.
And you make a decision right then. The multiple endings are based upon your actions in the game. You know, it's based upon your karma, the people you've influenced, some decisions you've made, so that the decisions you make throughout the course of the game will play out into multiple endings.
Will the different versions on the PC and the console?
I mean, the gameplay is completely identical. The only difference is, you know, on the PC, some interface tweaks, obviously. We listen to fans' reactions on
Some interface tweaks? You mean like just showing the fucking keys instead of the...
Oblivion, different, text sizes and, got keyboard shortcuts, just making the interface more appropriate to PC players, for those guys. So
When will we get to play Fallout 3?
fall of 2008. So we've got a lot of work to do, but it's coming along.
All right, hang on. Hang on, hear me out. I will try one thing before we, Let me close chat. And then... This should be fine. I'm gonna nuke YouTube. Specifically, I'm gonna nuke Firefox. Start a new session. I'd love to reload the old session and continue the music, but, you know. Let's watch the task manager. Alright, it's starting out pretty moderate. We're losing viewers. Excellent. That would be very strange if this fixes it, just because, it wouldn't make sense. No, it's already dropping frames again. Alright, so it can't be Firefox. It's gotta be, it's gotta be something in between. I blame YouTube. YouTube just does this, by the way. This is not like... There's a patron stream that I've done before that went complete to shit because... For no reason of my own.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. On Oblivion, different, text sizes and, better keyboard shortcuts, just making the interface more appropriate to PC players, for those guys. So
When will we get to play Fallout 3?
fall of 2008. So we've got a lot of work to do, but it's coming along.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Oh, that sucked. What a stream. I bet there's something going on YouTube. Let's go to the front page. Trump Live. World on brink of World War III. Okay. Glad to see that CNN's having a real one. Is there like a big stream that everybody's watching right now? That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, OBS says that it has dropped 22.5% of the frames. Mr. Beast is probably streaming somewhere. Alright, question. Do we continue or... Nah. I've had it with you, chat. I've had it with you. That's the thing is, if the visuals are fucked, I don't really care. If the audio comes through, that's all I really care about. So yeah, I guess see you in a week or maybe sooner. We're cooking up another possible live stream idea over on Private Sessions channel. But yeah, I'm gonna watch the VOD, and I'm gonna see if the VOD works, because what tends to happen is that the stream might be fucked, and then when the stream's over and you watch the VOD, it's just like there wasn't an issue. Turn on the TV.